How is everybody tonight? It is Friday. We have made it through another week, y'all. Hey, Marjorie. We have made it through another week. Oh, my goodness. We have made it through a week in October. We have already made it. Like, the most of the year. We only got like 3 more months left in 2021. Like, can y'all believe that? Man. So listen, tonight we are getting into, hey Jackie, what's going on? Hey Letitia. So tonight, listen, guys, we are finishing up our week of self. And this week has been an amazing week of just hey Joe. Joseph, what the hell? Somebody got a whole new set. Listen here, honey. We doing big things around here, okay? Big things. So listen, this has been the week of self. And it has been a really informative week, not just for you guys, but for me too. I've learned some things in doing my research this week. Monday, we covered self care and what it is and how important it is. Wednesday, we talked about different things on Wednesday. One of the things we covered, well, the majority of the things on which we covered was self awareness and what it means to be self aware. And the different things that we can do to improve our self awareness. So, tonight, guys, we are covering self love and self esteem. So, I figured what better way to showcase it than to have positive affirmations behind me? You know what I'm saying? Like, I am enough, I believe in me, and I am worthy of love. What better way to start off self love and self esteem than to have positive affirmations that affirm who we are? So I figured, since we're talking about self love tonight, usually I get a little down to, but I figured, hey, Kizzy, hello, love. I figured tonight I would do something where I would just come out as me. No fancy clothes, no fancy hairstyle, no fancy nothing tonight. It's just me. Because what I've learned is in my journey of self love is if you can't love yourself in this state, adding makeup and adding extras to it just masks the problems that are there. We have to learn to be able to love who we see when we wake up in the mornings. And thank you, Kizzy. Thank you, love. We have to be able to love who we see in the mornings because if we can't love who we see in the mornings, what are we doing? What are we doing? What is it for? We can't expect someone else to love the natural and the genuine us, and we don't even like us or love us. You can't expect somebody to do something that you're not willing to do yourself. So tonight, I just wanted to come out here as my genuine, authentic, El Natural, plain self, honey. This little curly fro that I didn't slap some water in just enough to pull back, honey. This is what I look like when I wake up in the morning. And guess what? It was a journey to learn to love me. It was not something that I woke up and was like, oh, yes, Because guess what? We all go through things and life happens. And sometimes those situations in life can beat down your self esteem or they may enhance your self esteem. But different events can shape or make your self esteem where it is. Joe says, okay, Tyra Banks, I see the old natural. Look here. I said, look, honey, I got to show that I love me. If I'm telling y'all and teaching y'all how to love you, I'm trying to tell you now, now when we do get that glow up, honey, it's something to say. Okay. But I had to do the groundwork in order to love who I saw underneath all of that. So tonight we're going to talk about that journey. I'm going to share a little bit of my journey. I'm going to talk to you guys about different ways in which we can do. Oh, and I got some treats for y'all tonight. I do. All right. So we are going to get into it tonight. Yes, yes, we are. And listen, I hope that my hope is that there's something that is said tonight, or there is something that is shared tonight that you may find helpful. Um, if you feel free to share, please do that. It is absolutely a safe space for all to share, and for us to get to a point where, because we've all been through something, and something that you've been through could help somebody else in the journey that they're on, the journey that is coming to an end for someone, or a journey in which they are beginning. So I've always, as I started this show, I started it with, hey, Mary. I started it with the thought of honesty and transparency. And that's something that I've tried to continue throughout the show, for different episodes, because each one helps me in some way. And I hope that it helps you in some way. So tonight we're going to start with self esteem, because building your self esteem uh, can help with your self love. So, in case you don't know what self esteem is, we're going to start with that. We always start off with what it is. So, self esteem is a person's general sense of their self worth or value. It basically means the measure with which a person approves or values his or herself. It's simply described as a person's favorable or unfavorable attitude towards themselves. So self-esteem is basically about the regards in which you see yourself. When we talked about on Wednesday, we talked about self-awareness. And during this week of self, we've covered the self care. We've talked about why it's important and what it is and the things in which you can do. Absolutely. That's what I'm talking about. I am worthy of love. I am enough. Matter of fact, before we start, because it's Friday evening, I know some of us have had some trying weeks. Some of us have had some long weeks. Some of us are still in the midst of our work week. I want everyone that is watching to just simply type in the words, I am worthy of love. I am enough. I believe in me. I just want you guys to type in those positive affirmations, because I want you to know that you are worthy of love, and that despite what anyone else thinks or how anyone else feels, you are enough. You believe in you. So I'm just asking, that's not, I'm for tonight, that's what I'm asking, is for everyone to type in, I am worthy of love. I am enough, and I believe in me. Whatever dream it is that you have, believe in yourself enough to know that you have the power to make it come true. Believe in yourself enough to know that you alone are enough. Thank you guys for typing that in, because I want you guys to know that this applies to you all. And these are affirmations that you can say daily. These are affirmations in which you can use to put on post-it notes. You guys can post them anywhere. Put them in your put them on your refrigerator door. Put them on your mirror when you wake up in the mornings. When you put your feet outside of the bed, when you go to turn to grab your phone, the first thing you see is I am enough. When you go to brush your teeth in the mornings, you see I am worthy of love. When you walking out the door to head to your car, you see I believe in me. These are things that you can say over and over and over again in your mind, and turn them into mantras till you get to the point where you believe in them as much as you believe in you. So I thank you guys for putting those in the comments. Thank you so much. Because one thing I want us to get to a point of is realizing the power that we hold within ourselves. And even in talking Wednesday about self awareness, sometimes my sister said, I am the shit. That too. Okay. I am her. Okay. You have to get to a point where you love yourself no matter what. no matter what nobody else says. Because again, how somebody else feels about you and their opinions of you is not your business. Don't make it your business. Continue to love you, continue to believe in you. Because if you can't believe in your own dreams, nobody else is going to believe in them like you can believe in your own dreams. Nobody else is going to believe in you like you can believe in you. Nobody. We have to get to a place. Joe said, pass the collection plate. Like, I mean, I'm serious. Like, we have to get to a point where we allow society so often to tell us who we need to be, how we should be. We allow society to tell us how we need to dress, how we should think, how we should talk, how we should eat, what we should eat, how we should look. Oh, well, you're too tall. Oh, well, you're too short. Oh, you too fat. Well, you need to gain a little weight. Evening, Bev. Don't allow society to put labels on you that you don't want. Let me tell you something. I know I'm a big girl and I've been a big girl for a long time, about 20 some years. But guess what? I love me enough and I believe in me enough that if the only insult you got to tell me is that I'm fat, okay, tell me something I don't know and you have a blessed day. Hey, Vet. Vet says, I love me for sure. And I care about myself and I believe in everything I do and say. Come on now. Absolutely. You have to believe in you. Believe in the power of your words. Again, words hurt. You can hurt yourself with your words. So, as often as we allow society to tell us how we need to be, okay, I don't know what happened, but we back. Okay, I digress. Joe says, "What's up with that? No fan clack for that." Okay, we got the fan clack, Joe. He says self love is the best thing you can give yourself. Hey, Kimberly, absolutely. Self love is the best thing you can give yourself, the best gift. Bev says, I was just telling my therapist today how far I've come with just being me. We have to. We have to get to a point where we're okay with who we are and what we see in the mirror. Don't matter what nobody else like. It's about what you like and what you're willing to accept from yourself. Bev says, I'll share something. I grew always feeling like I was never enough for either being too dark skinned, pig hair. Here's the thing, because society is the one who decides that, because they're the one who get to decide how we see ourselves, we cannot allow society to be the one who tells us what we should feel or what we should think. It doesn't matter. It absolutely does not matter, because at the end of the day, we are the ones who have to be able to determine what it is that we are happy with. Nobody can make you happy unless you give them the power to make you happy. Nobody can make you sad unless you give them the power to make you sad. Nobody. Nobody. We cannot allow ourselves to give away our power. That's what we do too often. And a lot of it has to do with our self esteem, our level of self esteem, and how we feel about ourselves. It says different factors contribute to influence our self esteem, such as genetics, personalities, life experiences, thought, age, health, comparing ourselves to others, social circumstances, and the reaction of others. Bev says, and having those abandonment issues, you have to cut those ideas from my being and do better for my future and the future for me and my kids. Absolutely. Madonna says 100%. Bev says that's true, Bree, but when you're young, you don't know about those things. And that's the thing, because so oftentimes we are not taught that we are worthy, we are enough, we are beautiful as we are. Every time you turn on the TV, what's the first thing you see when you turn on the TV? A makeup ad, a liposuction ad, a hair dye ad, something for contacts. Society is telling you you're not enough. It's telling you that you're not enough. Just being who you are. It's telling you that if you're 5'5", you need to be 85 pounds. Like for real? Like no. No, sir, no ma'am. But society is the one. And because we were not taught growing up that I am enough as I am beautiful in my own right, and I don't have to change a thing about me. Because we weren't taught that, we don't know and didn't know to pass that on to our children. A lot of us didn't know to pass that on. Those are part of those generational curses. That's a part of that. One thing I've done when it comes to my kids is I have always, with my girls, I've always told my girls that they are beautiful, they are intelligent, they can do anything that they want to do and be anything that they want to be as long as they are willing to put in the work. So you got to put that part in there. But that's something I taught my girls. And teaching my boys, I taught my boys that you are handsome, you are intelligent, and you will be a gentleman. You will respect women, you will respect yourself. And those are the things in which instilling those things in our kids and speaking positivity into our children and speaking life into our children creates a higher sense of self esteem. When you're growing up in a household and all you hear is, oh, you look just like your daddy. Oh, you get on my nerves. You just stupid. Oh, why you so stupid? You ain't nothing. You ain't gonna be nothing. And we all know there's households like that growing up, and there's households like that to this day. But those are the children in which we have to be mindful of because they're broken from the start. There's been no one to pour positivity. There's been nobody to speak life into them, speak life into their dreams, speak the positive thoughts in their mind. Because hurt people hurt people. I was a person that allowed another person to break my self esteem. It was broken, it was shattered. Um, when I was in a relationship, and the person in which I was with was that negative, negative person. And after I had my daughter, after you have babies, you're in one of your most vulnerable states. And I distinctly remember maybe about a week or two after I had my daughter, the first thing they said was, "Okay, you done get fat as hell. When you finna lose that weight? What you gonna do about that? Cause you fat as hell. Like you need to do something about that." 2 weeks after giving birth, my self esteem was so low at that point. I was just like, "Oh well, I don't know. I don't know what to do." I was willing to take that because I didn't want to be alone. I was willing to take that. And see, there's a difference when you're at a point in your self esteem when you're willing to take anything because you don't know who you are, you don't love you don't even like you. You're willing to take a whole lot of unnecessary bullshit because that's what it is. Point blank, period. It's bullshit. Let's get into it. Your self esteem can affect whether you like and value yourself as a person. You are able to make decisions and assert yourself. I'm not gonna play with you, Joe. Joe, some ugly gorilla looking mammal wrong conversation. My bad. I'm not gonna play with you tonight. Your self esteem can affect whether you recognize your strengths and positives, feel able to try new or difficult things, show kindness towards yourself. I'm going to read that one again. Show kindness towards yourself. Move past mistakes without blaming yourself unfairly. How many of us, when things go wrong, we automatically are so quick to be like, well, what did I do? What could I have done differently? Well, maybe if I hadn't have done this, this wouldn't have happened. It was all my fault. Like, how many of us, now I'm not saying it has to be currently, it could be previously, but how many of us at some point in time was so quick to take the blame for everything, even things that weren't even our fault or things that were out of our control? Me, me, I have. It's part of life. We've all been there a time or two. We have all been there a time or two. And guess what? It's okay because you don't have to stay there. You don't have to stay there. It can affect whether you take the time you need for yourself, believe you matter and are good enough, or believe that you deserve happiness. It literally goes back to, do you feel you are enough in this moment? Do you feel that you are enough? It's not an easy task. It's definitely not something easy to do. But guess what? You don't have to go on that journey alone. You don't have to be on that journey alone. Why is self esteem so important? Self esteem is very crucial in life, as it's one of the determinants of success or failure. How many of you realize that if you don't love yourself enough or believe in yourself enough, that you can't put your best foot forward? How many of you know that? Because you have to get to a point where if you don't believe in you, you can't believe in the work that you do. And that's with any job. Doctors, lawyers, nurses, secretaries. We are our own worst critic. Our own worst critic. We can say some of the most hurtful and damaging things to ourselves because we've heard it so many times from other people that we start to believe it. We believe the negative and the nasty things that they continue to say over and over again, that we start to believe that they're true. Just because somebody tells you you ain't nothing, you're not going to be nothing, you're not going to have nothing, does not make it true. Guess what? Opinions are like assholes and everybody has one. I'm just saying. Everybody has one. Kizzy says, sometimes I feel that way. I ask God to cancel those thoughts out of my head. Absolutely. It says it's very important because it influences a person's life choices. It plays a significant role in one's motivation in life. Having a high self esteem can help you navigate through life with a positive attitude and outlook. On the other hand, having a low self esteem might hold you back from achieving your goals and hinder you from maximizing your potential, as you will navigate through life always having the perception that you are not good enough or you don't have what it takes to succeed, mm. both at school, home, or work. Self esteem is also very important for mental health. There are three different types of self esteem. Now, we all fall into different categories. Again, whatever category you fall into doesn't mean you have to stay there. There is inflated self esteem, there's low self esteem, and then there's high self esteem. So, low self esteem is people who have, hey, Neela, hey, honey. It says people who have low self esteem think of themselves as below average. Letitia says being a homeschooling parent definitely invites people to speak doubt into your life. Everybody has an opinion on what you do, how you say it, what you say, how you move, the clothes you wear, the color of your hair, the color of your eyes, your glasses. People have opinions on everything in your life because people feel entitled to speak their mind. Now you feel the need to speak your mind, feel the need to receive the consequences that come with speaking your mind. That's what anything. However you want to look at that. It says they do not believe in themselves. They do not trust in their abilities. They do not place value on themselves. Low self esteem can affect a lot in one's life. Some of the effects of low self esteem are poor relationships, addiction, depression, and anxiety. How many times have you been in situations or just looking back, you really wanted to do something or you really thought you had a good idea, but you didn't believe in yourself enough to think that you had what it takes to fulfill that? Hey, Breeze. Like, how many of you all have really, like, and I mean, just, I don't mean it doesn't have to be recently, it could be whenever. I'm just talking about how many times have you had a thought, an idea, whether or you had something and you just didn't believe enough in you that you could pull it off. And that's because you didn't have enough value in you and you didn't believe enough in you. But just imagine what would have happened if you did believe in yourself enough. How many times have you had ideas and you were just too afraid to fulfill that idea? And then years later or something, you see something, you be like, oh my God, I could have made some serious money. Like, oh, if only I had did something with this idea. Like, how many of us have had those oh my God moments? Or those, oh, like, like I know I have. Kizzy says, I realize I'm a pleaser. I used to have this fear of abandonment when my mom left us. Sometimes those feelings creep in me. I think back in my childhood, my self esteem was very low. Neela says, I have. Thank you guys for your honesty and your transparency. Because being at a point in life where your self esteem is low, you may not realize it. You may think, oh, I'm just a little down right now. Oh, I might be a little depressed. But when you have those thoughts, try to replace them with I am enough. I believe in me. I am more than enough. Positive affirmations. Um, Poor relationships when it comes to low self esteem, it causes the poor relationships because of the self doubt and believe that no one is good enough for anything of value and going to unbelievable lengths to please the wrong person. Mm. Bev says, Kizzy, I used to be a pleaser and have learned to curve that. We talked about that in the self awareness. When we talked about self awareness on Wednesday, we talked about the 4 different categories of self awareness, and being a pleaser is one of them. And Bev says, you don't have to please everyone, but you have to ask, are you pleasing to you? Absolutely. I used to be a people pleaser. And when I was in my phase of being a people pleaser, my self esteem was really low. I really didn't put much value in me. I didn't put much stock in me. When I was in my people pleaser phase, anything anybody asked me, it was always yes. It was always yes. And I literally became a doormat because people take as long as you're willing to give. If you continue to give, people are going to take, take, take. and they will continue to take till you have nothing left to give, and they will still try to take them. I promise you, you will. My great grandmama used to say, as long as you got a dollar, you got a friend. Kizzy says, so happy. So I'm happy God replaced those feelings. He put positive people in my life and he shifted my heart and mind now. Bev says, amen. She says, truth. So, you know, look at the people. And this is something I tell my daughter. Stop calling everybody your friend because everybody is not your friend. You need to learn the difference between friends, coworkers, or classmates, associates. Like people need to learn the difference. I think we're going to have to do a week on friendships. I think we need to do a week on friendships because I think a lot of times we confuse these associates with friends. Those aren't people you depend on. Those aren't people you tell your secrets to. Those aren't people you confide in and people that you need that you call when you need a shoulder to lean on. Those are the people that want to know, hey, so yeah, what happened the other day? And all while you talking, this is what you see. You said what happened? Uh-huh. And what else? And what they say? She said, what? Oh, okay. And all the while, instead of being the friend that you need them to be, they're the ones who are sharing your information. I'm just saying. Hey, Dan. Bev says, Bree and I have been through a lot based on how our friendship evolved. And today I'm proud to call her my sister and friend. Aww. She says, don't see her every day, but she is in my heart and prayers. Absolutely. You know, when you find people who are willing to genuinely be there for you, you hold on to those people. Bev says, I have you. Oh, Bev. Oh, Bev. Like when I tell you, like I love hard. I do. I love hard and um thank you, Bev. Oh, she says I'm as genuine as they get. Thank you, my love. You know, I try to, as I have learned on my journey um, of being building my self esteem. And Kizzy says, "Wow, that's beautiful. I love that, Beverly." Like literally being on this journey of building my self esteem has not been an easy journey. Um, oh, talk about transparency. Oh, hold on. Um, Even in starting this show, I was afraid to I was afraid to put myself out there um and even to do this show. Hey Edith, Letitia says I can count my friends on one hand. I know a lot of people, but not many people know me. Denise says, "Hey Denise." It says that is so true. Everyone is not your friend. During the pandemic, I found out a lot about my so-called friends. Absolutely. Hey, Edith. Letitia says, tell your friends you love her, Bev. I definitely, I, it was hard because no one wants to be in a place of vulnerability, and doing this show, I put myself in places of vulnerability and being completely transparent. And in doing that, I have found that it is more so for me and being able to, because I've always been that person that likes to help. I've always been that person that's like, hey, let's work this out together. Okay, let's work it out together. You know, but it's definitely been helpful on my journey to build my self-esteem back to where it should be. Um, and every day I'm learning to love me more, to like me more, to spend more time with me, take me on dates, because sometimes we have to date ourselves and figure out who we are in this journey of building our self esteem. And guess what? It's okay. It's not something that is going to change overnight. It might not. And guess what? That's okay too. It didn't take overnight for it to break down. It's not going to take overnight to build it back up. So just think about that. When I'm going to give you another example, it says addiction. People who have low self esteem mostly tend to use hard drugs and substances to ease the negative feeling that they have about themselves. They see the use of hard drugs or alcohol as an escape and thereby exposing themselves to detrimental effects. When come on, Edith, she said, I've been dating myself for the past 12 years. Come on now. I know that's right. You know, I've had family members that have struggled with addiction. I've had friends that have struggled with addiction. And it's something that I found in my experience of asking questions. It was something that they felt as if they were escaping their issues or escaping their problems. And by using those hard drugs, it took them to a place in which they didn't have to think about the traumas or the things in which they were going through or the things in which they were trying to escape from. Low self esteem plays a really significant role in that and how they see themselves. Because if they view themselves as nothing and don't matter, why would they take care of something that doesn't matter? The next one in low self esteem is depression and anxiety. Low self esteem also causes depression and anxiety, which is the feeling of sadness and worry or fear. Low self esteem brings a lack of confidence that leads to anxiety and intense sadness. Low self esteem allows you to put yourself in positions that if you thought you mattered or valued yourself, you wouldn't put yourself in. Just a thought. The next one is high self esteem. High self esteem tends to, people with high self esteem tend to love and accept themselves. They believe in themselves and their abilities. They have the confidence that whatever challenges might come, they will be able to surpass it. Some of the benefits of high self esteem include being able to be yourself without fear of being judged, readiness to accept new challenges, not always searching for approval from other people. Okay. Readiness to learn new things as you accept that you do not know everything and also take corrective criticism. We talked about constructive criticism on Wednesday. People who have high self esteem have enhanced initiatives and pleasant feelings, and they are more pleasant to be around. When you have high self esteem, you are able to tell people to kiss your ass and keep moving. Okay? You are able to tell people that their opinions and their feelings are not your business and you are not trying to make it your business. That's the difference between low self esteem and high self esteem. When you have high self esteem, you are able to tell somebody no, walk away, and won't be phased. You are not worried whether or not your no hurt their feelings, made them mad, they don't want to talk to you no more. Okay, bye. Have at it. You have all that. I'm just saying. Joe says they made a word for all that. I call it mind your own motherfucking business. I'm trying to tell you. Kevin Hart said it best when he told his teacher, when he told his teacher what his mama said. He was like, mind your damn motherfucking business, bitch. When you have high self esteem, you are able to walk past people who don't like you and don't care for you and not be bothered by it. Because guess what? They don't matter, and neither do their opinions of you. I'm just saying. Marinate on it. Oh, tonight I got cranberry grape juice. We still sticking with the cranberry juice. Healthy. It's a part of my self care for self care week, the week of self. So now the next one is inflated self esteem. People with inflated self esteem tend to think of themselves as better than other people and are always ready to underestimate others. Now, these are the ones you call snobs, okay? Because these, baby bad, this is actually a very negative type of self esteem because it prevents people who have it from forming meaningful and healthy relationships. They always want to be ahead and most times do not mind hurting people to achieve the success they desire, thinking that will bring them happiness. These are the people who will step on other people, use other people, hurt other people to get where they want and get what they want. These are those people these are those coworkers that when y'all have group project, they take all the credit so that they can get a promotion. And them the ones that be like, oh yeah, well I did this, you know. I created this and I did that. And you be like, wait a minute. This was a group effort. What you talking about? Like that's those people. You have to be careful of these people because these are the people who don't care nothing about you. These are the ones who will take the information that you give them and use it against you. These are the ones that when you get to like I promise you, like these are the people that when you get to work, you know you was late, but nobody else knew you was late. They're the ones that while you don't realize it, they texting the boss. She came in 30 minutes late today. And then she trying to leave early too and take her lunch. You better watch them people. Those are them people. Hey, sissy. Love you too. Joe says those the people that make you come out your body and ready to put them in their place. You better say it. Kizzy says, yes, I will see you beautiful ladies next time. Absolutely. But those are those people. You have to watch those people. They are willing to do whatever it takes to get what they want. That means getting a promotion, getting that house, getting that man, getting that woman. Them the ones that you go out with, girl, just go ahead and talk to them. Just get their number. It ain't so don't have to know. They don't have to know you got their number. Like you should get it though. Like you should get that number and call them like cause they fine as hell. Like, girl, go ahead. I won't say nothing, get that. And while you over there getting that number, while they look like they taking that selfie, they taking a picture of you talking to that person, getting that number, and that's that person that's texting your significant other the picture like, oh yeah, well we out and they trying to holler at folks. You look up and your relationship be messed up and you turn around and who got the ring? The one who sent the picture. Watch out for them people. You better watch it. Bev says, I'm working on black mental health right now, working on a paper for black mental health providers and how blacks are treated mentally. That's something that's needed. That is something that is needed. People with inflated self esteem do not have the ability to listen to others. Rather, they constantly blame others and undervalue them and also adopt a hostile attitude and behavior towards others. They're always ready to brag to hide their incompetence, and they have a great fear of rejection and failure, hence the reason they feel the need to camouflage. People like this can change, but it has to start with them accepting them. Acceptance is the first step in anything. In anything. They need to realize that they are humans who are prone to fail and make mistakes. Because let me tell you something there is nobody on this earth that is perfect. Show me somebody who says they're perfect, and I'll show you their lie. Joe says, them the ones that try to take your man and sneak up in your room and try to give him some quick sloppy toppy. But guess what? He ain't lying, though. Been there, done that. I'm trying to tell you, been there, done that. Like we have to get to a point where we recognize. And those people, when I mean, those are the ones, them conceited snobs that they walk in the room and it, watch them people. Because guess what? All the snobbiness, all the nastiness, all the cattiness that they give out, all that backstepping and stepping on people, all that is hiding something. It's hiding something. I'm just saying, it's hiding something. It says the things that affect our self esteem differ for everyone. Your self esteem might change suddenly, or you might have had low self esteem for a while. What makes it hard to recognize how you feel and make changes? Difficult or stressful life experiences can often be a factor, such as being bullied or abused, experiencing prejudice, discrimination, or stigma, losing your job or difficulty finding employment, problems at work or while studying, ongoing stress, physical health problems, mental health problems, relationship problems, separation or divorce, worries about your appearance and body image, problems with money or housing. Here's the thing, and I want to tell you all, being with it is, I'm trying to think how to describe it. Because society feels the need to tell us everything from how we eat, what to do, what not to do, because society feels that they are the end all be all, um, we take that to heart. We take that to heart. Every fat person is not unhealthy. Okay. Every big person and plus size person does not have the desire to be skinny. I don't have high blood pressure. I don't have diabetes. I don't have, hey, Sam, we allow society to give us our norms. And because we allow society to give us our norms, we cause problems for ourselves. Oh, well, I can't fit that. Like they tried to say the average was a size 8'10. A lie and ain't. Here's the thing. As long as you are happy within yourself, as long as you are happy with what you see in the mirror when you get up in the morning, don't allow anyone else. I don't care if it's the TV. I don't care if it's your relatives. I don't care if it's coworkers. I don't care if it's your boss. I don't care who it is. Don't allow anyone to put seeds of doubt into your mind about what you are happy and content with. Now, however, should you be in an unhealthy situation, whether it be physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially, should you be in an unhealthy situation? Now, you might want to take into consideration the constructive criticism of those who love you. But if they ain't one of your chosen few or your close few, tell them keep stepping. Thank you, but no thank you. I'm good. God bless. I'm just saying. Tell them to mind they damn business. Okay? I'm just saying. I have 6 ways that we're going to work that I'm going to tell you about. 5 ways that I'm going to tell you about in order to build your self esteem. Um, and the first one is using positive affirmations correctly. Positive affirmations such as I'm going to be a great success are extremely popular, but they have one critical problem. They tend to make people with low self esteem feel worse about themselves. Why? Because when our self esteem is low, such declarations are simply too contrary to our existing beliefs. If you don't believe in yourself, How are you going to believe that you're going to be successful? Ironically, positive affirmations do work for one subset of people, those whose self esteem is already high. For affirmations to work when your self esteem is lagging, tweak them and make them more believable. For example, change I'm going to be a great success to I'm going to persevere until I succeed. Edith says it's the only way I can pop a fan, baby. We're going to have to do fan popping classes. Because, honey, ooh, we working on these fans. We working on them and they coming. They coming. The next one is identify your competencies and develop them. Self esteem is built by demonstrating real ability and achievement in areas of our lives that matter to us. If you pride yourself on being a good cook, throw more dinner parties. If you're a good runner, sign up for races and train them. Train for them. In short, figure out your core competencies and find opportunities and careers that accentuate them. So if you're good at cooking, throw dinner parties. If you're good at painting, throw sip and paint parties. Do things that complement the things that you're good at. Joe says when people show you who they okay, well, I gotta do it in the voice, Joe. When people show you who they are, believe them. That's my Maya Angelou voice. But that's true. When people show you who they are and you give them opportunity time after time after time, and each time you give them a chance, they're still a jerk. They still saying stuff to hurt you. They still doing stuff to hurt you because they don't care about you. And nothing you say and nothing you do is going to change that. Believe who they are when they show it to you. If they show you that they're an asshole, guess what? That means they're an asshole. If they show you that they're kind and caring, guess what? They must be kind and caring. So, regardless of whether it's a positive or a negative that they're showing you, believe that they're showing you the characteristics. Because here's the thing I'm gonna tell you a real trick, real quick. When you're dating somebody and you're trying to become friends first, you learn all kind of stuff about a person. Because when you're trying to become friends, genuine friends, you learn things about that person that you wouldn't ordinarily learn if you were jumping into a relationship. Just a thought. Marinate on it. The third one is learn to accept compliments. One of the trickiest aspects of improving self esteem is that when we feel bad about ourselves, we tend to be more resistant to compliments. Now, I know I know I got to work on that. I have to work on that area, even though that is when we need them most. So set yourself the goal to tolerate compliments when you receive them, even if they make you uncomfortable, and they will. The best way to avoid the reflexive reactions of batting away compliments is to prepare simple set responses and train yourself to use them automatically whenever you get good feedback. Like, thank you. How kind of you to say, that is so nice of you. Thank you. In time, the impulse to deny or rebuff compliments will fade, which will also be a nice indication your self esteem is getting stronger. That's something I have to work on. I'm getting better. I'm getting better. I'm getting better. It's good now. It's good now. Told y'all, it's look. This is not just for you all. This is complete transparency and everything. Okay, I promise it is. The fourth is eliminate self criticism and introduce self compassion. Unfortunately, when our self esteem is low, we are likely to damage it even further by being self critical. We're our worst judges. Since our goal is to enhance our self esteem, we need to substitute self criticism, which is almost always entirely useless, even if it feels compelling, with self compassion. Specifically, whenever your self centered critical inner monologue kicks in, ask yourself, what would you say to a dear friend if they were in your situation? We tend to be more compassionate to friends than we are to ourselves. And direct those comments to yourself. Doing so will avoid damaging your self esteem further with critical thoughts and help build it up instead. The last one is affirm your real worth. The following exercise has been demonstrated to help revive your self esteem after sustained a blow. Make a list of qualities you have that are meaningful in specific contexts. For example, if you got rejected by your date, list the qualities that make you a good relationship prospect, like being loyal, emotionally available, things like that. It says if you fail to get a work promotion, list qualities that make you a valuable employee. You have a strong work ethic, you're responsible. Then choose one of the items on your list and write a brief essay, one or two paragraphs about why the quality is valuable and likely to be appreciated by other people in the future. Do the exercise every day for a week and whenever you feel need a self esteem boost. The bottom line is improving self esteem requires a bit of work. And as it involves developing and maintaining healthier emotional habits, but doing so, and especially doing so correctly, will provide a great emotional and psychological return on your investment. As you begin to build your self esteem, you do practices of self love and self care. And doing these things are practices that you can do in order to have better self esteem and to start thinking more highly of yourselves. One of the things that, because this is the week of self, um, it is, this week I asked everybody to do something to show yourself some love. Do some self love this week. I don't know how many of you guys did your self love exercise or did something to love on yourself this week or did something to boost yourself up this week. Because this week was about pouring into yourselves and filling up your cups this week because so oftentimes we're depleted from pouring out. So this week, I wanted everyone to take the time to just take moments for themselves, little small moments, to fill up their cup and to rejuvenate yourselves. Um, so, self love is a state of appreciation for oneself that grows from actions that support our physical, physiological, and spiritual growth. Self love means having a high regard for your own well being and happiness. Self love means taking care of your own needs and not sacrificing your well being to please others. Self love means not settling for less than you deserve. Self love, self esteem, self care, self awareness, they all go hand in hand. Um, it says, what does, because self love means so many different things to different people. Um, in the comments, I want you to just tell me what you view, what self love is to you. Like, it doesn't have to be anything specific. Like, when you hear the word self love, what is the first thing that comes to mind? Like, for me, it's doing something for myself. Like, um, self love and self care are similar. They're very similar. For me, for the week of self, I actually booked a facial and face waxing tomorrow. So I'm going to relax tomorrow. This week, I have one of my self care moments was spending time with my mom. That was considered self care to me because I was spending time with someone that made me happy. I was spending time with someone who made me laugh. So that was part of self care for me to spend that time with my mom. So, like, what, if anything, did you guys do for your self care or for your self love this week that just did something for you to make you happy or to just boost yourself or to fill your cup this week? You just put it in the comments. Um, for starters, self love can mean talking to and about yourself with love, prioritizing yourself, giving yourself a break from self judgment, trusting yourself, being true to yourself, being kind to yourself, setting healthy boundaries. We talked about those. Forgiving yourself when you aren't being true or nice to yourself. Mm. For many people, self love is another way of self care. To practice self love, we often need to go back to the basics and listen to our bodies, take breaks from work, moving, stretching, um, putting your phone down, putting it on do not disturb, putting it on the charger, walking away from it. You know, when you put your phone down, don't mean you need to keep going back. Okay, no, I ain't get no message. Oh no, I didn't get a message. Oh, I thought I heard my phone ring. Put your phone down, walk away from it. You have to take breaks and allow yourself to connect with human contact. Talk to people. And I don't mean call them, I mean talk to people face to face. Like we need that interaction. Like we need that human contact and that human interaction. It says, or eating healthily, but sometimes indulge in your favorite foods. Neela says, I can make you put your phone down. Come on now. Donna says, yes, breaks. Look, come on now. It says, ways to practice self love includes, it says, so now self love motivates you to make healthy choices in life. When you hold yourself in high esteem, you're more likely to choose things that nurture your well being and serve you well. It says these may be in the form of eating healthy, exercising, or having healthy relationships. Ways to practice self love can include becoming mindful. People who want to have self love tend to know what they think, feel, and want. Taking actions based on need rather than want. By staying focused on what you need, you turn away from automatic behavior patterns that get you in trouble or keep you stuck in the past and lessen your self love or lower your self esteem. Practicing good self care. You will love yourself more when you take better care of your basic needs. People high in self love nourish themselves daily through healthy activities like sound nutrition, exercise, proper sleep, intimacy, and healthy social interactions. Also, make room for healthy habits. Start truly caring for yourself by mirroring that in what you eat, how you exercise, and what you spend time doing. Do stuff not to get it done or because you have to, but because you care enough about you to do it. It says practicing to practice self-love, start by being kind, patient, gentle, and compassionate to yourself, the way you would with someone else that you care about. Um, I'm just going to name these 11 habits to help encourage regular self love. I'm not going to go into detail. If you want the details about them, I can post them later on the page, on the Clack and Shimmy page, but I'm just going to give you the names of the 11 habits to help encourage regular self love. So if you have your notebooks, you can write it down. So these are the 11 habits to help encourage regular self love. The first one is prioritizing self care. The second one, practicing mindfulness. The third one, respecting your body. The fourth is taking it one day at a time. The fifth is allowing yourself forgiveness. Mm, this one I have to read. I'm sorry. We all know it, but sometimes we just need to remind ourselves that nobody's perfect. A deterrent to self love is holding on to regrets or shame, even about mistakes from the past. Finding a way to forgive yourself for the past while committing to improving your behavior or living more closely to your values will increase self love. That one I had to read because I know that one hits home for a lot of us. We hold on so tight to the mistakes that we've made, choices that we've made that we felt were not necessarily the greatest. We hold on to them so tight. We hold on to them for dear life. That by us holding on to them, we're doing a detriment and a disservice to our self love and our self esteem. The sixth one is developing long term plans. Seven is stopping comparison to others. Mm, mm. Hey, Lenore, how are you? Bev says, learning to be selfish. Honey, sometimes you have to be selfish with your time. I'm just saying. It says, now this one I got to read too. It says, anytime we spend time in our heads thinking that we are less than because others have more, look differently, or somehow are better, decreases self love. One study from the Journal of Social and Clinical Psychology found that comparing your life to others on Facebook can lead to feelings of depression and loneliness. Woo! Mm-mm-mm. So try not to hold yourself up against others on social media or otherwise. Let me tell you something. These same people that's posting all these trips to Dubai and Mumbai and all these other places, some of these people, honey, are just using filters. I'm just saying, some of them are using filters. Stop comparing yourself to people that you don't know because you don't know their story, you don't know their struggle, and you don't know whether or not it's real. Don't do that to yourself. Don't set yourself up for failure and don't set yourself up in positions to allow your self esteem to be bothered or your self love to be bothered. The next one is the number eight is focusing on your self talk. Number nine is relishing your alone time. Ooh, baby, it's something about that alone time, honey. Number 10 is surrounding yourself with positive people. And number 11 is doing more things you love. The more you love yourself, the happier you will feel. And the more motivated you will be to accomplish what you want in life. This week about self has been definitely eye opening for me. It has allowed me to look back on some of the moments in my life. Um, and it is certainly something that I definitely I'm proud of myself for some things. It's meant a lot to me to be on this journey and to be able to share it with you guys, and again sharing some of my stories and some of the things I've been through hopefully will help you guys, and the fact that you guys are willing to share and be transparent, um, it has definitely been helpful for me. um, and I just appreciate you guys so much, and I hope that this week that you all were able to do something for yourself this week and just do something to love on you. Whether it be more self talk of the you are beautiful, you are kind, I am enough, the positive affirmations, whether it was taking yourself to lunch, taking yourself to dinner, taking yourself to the movies, or even simply going for a stroll out in the park because it's been nice weather here, like going for a stroll in the park or going for a long drive, listening to some good old oldies. Um, it definitely has been a week of eye opening. And I hope that you continue, not just for this week, but it is my hope that you guys continue to do things to love on yourself, that you continue to do things that speak positivity into your life, that you continue to do things that speak life into yourself, and remember that no matter how old you are, no matter where you are in life, no matter where you are on your journey of self love, self care, self esteem, that you have to believe in you and believe that you are enough. Believe that you are enough. You are enough to fulfill your dreams. You are enough to be who you want to be. You're more than enough to accomplish your goals. It doesn't matter. Starting this show and starting my business at 41 years old, I was scared, but I believed enough in me and I believed that I was enough. And you can too. So I hope that you continue on this journey of positivity and speaking life, not just into yourselves, but speaking life into your families, speaking life and positivity into your children, regardless of how old they are. Speak life and positivity into your grandchildren because we need to teach the next generation that you're enough the way you are. You don't have to have the nip tucks. You don't have to have the makeup on. You don't have to have the extensions. Now, if you want it, that's different. Have at it. But don't feel that you need it to be enough. We need to teach our children that they are enough, being who they are, being enough in their skin, teaching them to like and love who they see in the mornings when they wake up. It starts with us. It starts with us liking and loving what we see in the mirror every morning. So as you go forth this weekend, whatever it is that you do, make sure that you go forth in light, love, and in positivity. Do something for yourself this weekend. Love on yourself. Take yourself on a date. Go get a manicure, pedicure. Go get your hair done. Go get your eyebrows arched. Go get a massage. Or just simply tell somebody that you haven't seen in a while that you love them and you was thinking about them. Spend time with people who bring smiles to your face and put joy in your heart. Call those people. Have some face to face conversation. And I don't mean FaceTime. I mean actually calling people. Like actually go by and see those people. Um, I know I have a few people I need to see face to face that I haven't seen in a while. Um, but I hope that each and every one of you watching know that I love you. And in case nobody told you, you are important. You are loved, and you mean the world to me. And in case nobody else told you, I love you, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. And I got my cake shots from the cake trap. So this is going to be included in my self-care for the weekend. mm, this is red velvet, and I think bourbon. Yeah. This is going to be a good weekend. This cake is so moist. And let me see. Oh, oh yeah. Woo! Make you want to sing some Tennessee whiskey. Yeah, it's gonna be a good weekend. There's gonna be some good self care this weekend, y'all. With the cake trap. Trapping with the cake. If y'all haven't placed your orders, make sure y'all place your orders with the cake trap. www.kaketrap.com. And then, wait a minute. Guess what else I got, y'all? Mm, I got the sweet potato honey whiskey cornbread. Mm, This right here, yeah, it's gonna be an amazing weekend. Okay, I ain't sharing either. I love you, sisters, but I'm not sharing. Okay, no LD shots. You can't have none because you don't drink, so you can't have none. So you are more than welcome to smell it and look at it. Um, Donna. Okay, you're more than welcome to look at it. But no, ma'am, you don't drink, you don't get to partake. Self care, self love. But I digress. I love you guys, and make sure you guys go forth in light, love, and positivity this weekend. Do something for you. Love on you. Show you that you matter. Believe in yourself enough to fulfill your dreams. And also remember, guess what? You're enough. I'll see you guys Monday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Love you guys. See you then.